Good day, everyone. I hope everybody is present and will be able to watch this video. So for today, we will focus on linguistic registers. Okay, what do we mean by linguistic registers? Okay, as you can see, we have there the definition of register, wherein register is a variety of language used in a particular social setting. Meaning to say, when we talk about register, it simply talks about how people uses language differently at different circumstances. Settings may be defined in terms of greater or lesser formality or in terms of socially recognized events, such as baby talk, which is used in many Western cultures when talking to small children, or joking register used in teasing or playing the dozens. So, meaning to say, the way you talk with your brother or sister and friends is far different when you are dealing with your teachers, acquaintances, politicians, doctors, and so on. So, technically, registers refer on how we use language on different situations while taking into consideration the occasion or event, the context, the purpose, and audience. Simply put, it refers to speech style. All right? I hope the definition of register is already clear to you. Next. Of course, there are different types of linguistic register. We have frozen, formal, consultative, casual, and intimate. So let us have it one by one. So the first one is frozen. So as you can see, this form is sometimes called the static register because it refers to historic language or communication that is intended to remain unchanged. So when we say frozen, from its word frozen, it means it stands as it is or remain unchanged. This usually happens in ceremonies. Okay? As you can see there, we have examples like the Bible, the United States Constitution, the Bhagavad Gita, or the Romeo and Juliet. Because another example, is the prayer of Catholics, Our Father. So the content of it won't change for years and years. It will stay the same. Another is reciting the preamble of the Constitution. Something we recite which was long been written to serve a particular purpose, then it is considered frozen. Okay, so let us move on to the next types. So we have formal. So for the formal register, it is said to be less rigid but still constrained. The formal register is used in professional, academic, or legal setting where communication is expected to be respectful, uninterrupted, and restrained. Meaning to say, when we talk about formal register, it's like you really are choosing the words that you are going to say. It's like you really are choosing how you behave as well while you are speaking the language. And aside from that, when we say formal, for example, it is like you will never attend a junior senior promenade or socialization night wearing bra and panties or trunks, right? So probably you'll be wearing the best gown or Americana for men. And it also expected that you'll behave more because it is formal. Some of examples of this register are, let's say, sermons by priests and ministers, pronouncement by judges, and even the State of the Nation address of the president. So, if you're going to imagine the situation or the speech event whenever you are talking formally, so that is formal. Okay, what I mean is that when we say formal register, words are carefully chosen because you really have to fit the place and you really have to fit the event. Okay, I hope we are very clear on that. Next, let us have consultative. So consultative people use this register, often in conversation when they are speaking with someone which has specialized knowledge or who is offering advice. So as you can see, when we say consultative, this is a standard one. This register requires a professional or mutually acceptable language. For examples, okay, let us have the communication or how they communicate with each other, the teacher and the students. Of course, whenever the teacher is talking to his or her students, then there is a demarcation line. While when the student is talking to their teacher, then there must always be respect. All right? And same also whenever same also between the communication of the employers and the employees or the principal and the teacher. There is always respect. And also we can have doctor and patient. To make it short, when you're seeking for an advice or intelligent opinion, you use consultative register. Okay? So next, we have casual. So this is a register people use when they are with friends, close acquaintances, and co-workers and family. It's probably the one you think of when you consider how you talk with other people, often in a group of setting. Use of slang, contractions, and vernacular grammar is also common, and people may also use expletives or off-color language in some settings. So when we talk about being casual, it's like being yourself. It's like being normal. Okay? So it's very self-explanatory in a way that this kind of language or this kind of register is that it's the way you use language when you are with your peers and friends and co-workers and even family, that you don't have to hide anything, that you don't have to put accent, that you don't have to be so calm whenever you are angry. It's like being yourself whenever you try to deliver your thoughts. So that's how you use language when you are in a casual register. Always remember that the form of register or the types of register depends upon to the purpose, to the occasion, to the event, and of course, to the audience. That's why I'm telling you it's far different really whenever I am talking to my mother and I am talking to my teacher and I am talking to a doctor, and even if I will be talking to a politician. So the kind of register or the way I use language will always be different because the occasion is different, the event is different, the audience is different, and as well as my purpose. Okay? So for the intimate and the last type of register, linguists say this register is reserved for special occasions, usually between only two people, and often in private. So intimate language may be something as simple as an inside joke between two college friends or a word whispered in a lover's ear. Simply put, when we say intimate, this register of language is used usually between two people. It is very private. So, how you talk with your boyfriend, how you talk with your girlfriend, how you talk with your husband, how you talk with your wife, how you talk with your best of friends, those kind of language or how you use language is an example of intimate. And always remember that in an intimate type of registers, usually you have a very close relationship with the person you are talking with. All right, again, so to have a simple recap, the types of register, when we talk about register, is that how you use language at the different situations, at the different circumstances. And again, the types we have: frozen, formal, consultative, casual, and intimate. And when we say frozen, once again, it's something you just recite. Formal is when you carefully chose your words to fit the place, which is usually formal. Consultative refers to seeking an advice, while casual is how you talk with your friends or new acquaintances, while intimate shows a deeper relationship between two speakers and people because of the language used when they talk. So, I hope everything is clear about registers in linguistics, and I will be providing you some situations wherein you have to identify the type of register, the most appropriate register that you have to use in that particular situation. That would be all. Thank you for listening.